Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the Self-Care Punk channel. I just got back from the gym, and so I wanted to do a spontaneous video because I had a revelation about working out while I was on the elliptical. So don't go scurrying off if you're not into working out. That's the point of this video. You clicked on it for a reason. So the biggest thing that I wanted to share with you is I used to actually hate working out. I did sports growing up. My parents forced me to do them. I was in baseball, didn't like it, not a fan. Did track, really good at it, not a fan though. I mostly just don't like being told what to do and having to spend hours on the track after being in school all day. That's my backstory. But you know, everyone gets older and all that stuff. I'm 33, almost 34. And you know, I also wanted to start working out, but like the big thing for me, it was the key, that is the point of this video, is the motivation was wrong, or in the wrong place. And what really got me into working out consistently is me changing my perspective on it. I took a couple of notes here too. The big thing that shifted my perspective on fitness in general is working out for my well-being versus working out to look good, feel good, to look good basically. I kind of have that backwards, but basically, once I stopped slaving over working out in order to look physically good, which by the way is oftentimes a product of you having these false images of what you feel like you need to look at or look like based on the media, culture, the groups you hang out in, whatever. So coupled with the idea of that, basically the problem was I was constantly working out in order to attain like a certain physique, a certain style I was looking after, really as a way to fit in and like channel my confidence in a different way. But it always was me kind of forcing myself to do something that I didn't want to do. I was constantly feeling burned out at the gym. I was constantly looking for that next level, like constantly shooting for something that like honestly was a fake goal, like something that, I don't think that you can't ever attain stuff. Like if you want a six pack, go for it, like a lot of people have them and they work very hard for them, but that just like isn't the goal that I ever wanted, And so I think we go about fitness wrong, and I think that's why we stop going, or we only go a few times a week, or we just like do it erratically, or we do it lazily, or we just like straight up don't do it, which, for me, it's like, it's really a never ending cycle that like just is a trap in my opinion. And obviously the industry feeds into that, as well as the workout industry, because they want you to buy a bunch of shit. But I think it fosters insecurities, and it is a feeling of not being good enough, especially like genetically. Like fitness is a lot about genetics. Like some guys have huge arms, and like honestly it is a combination of genetics as well as their efforts. So the thing that I wanted to tell you though is the mindset shift is really all about working out to feel good. For me, it was mental health, feeling less stressed, like burning off the extra hormones, like flipping the script completely. Like I love feeling good, and my motivation now is working out to feel good in the head, feel good physically, like not like, oh, I look good. It's like physically feeling good, sleeping better, feeling like more in sync with my body. But the biggest thing is like, burning off all those extra hormones, burning off that stress. Like it's a big stress outlet, especially for people who work really hard. I think we all do, but it's like some people's bodies, just like mine, produces a lot of stress hormones. And I have learned that I need to manage that in order to keep things like in equilibrium, if you get my drift. So I have fallen in love with feeling balanced and at peace in my body. And so when I took the pressure off of looking good, like the whole dynamic shifted almost instantly. And I started becoming, in a healthy way, addicted to working out. Like I look forward to working out. I look forward to that feeling afterwards where you feel accomplished. Like I'm proud of myself. Like I made it there. It's part of my habits now. That didn't happen overnight. I'm not gonna lie to you. That does not happen overnight. But instead of the goal to look good, the goal should be to feel good, right? So don't work out to look good, work good to feel good. Like in your head, in your body, in your mind, like all that stuff. Because the reality is like when you flip the script, like what's cool about it is eventually, a byproduct of working out is you're gonna look good, right? So, and your body's gonna start to improve, and like you're gonna feel just generally better. You'll have a glow about you. And the reality is like when you eventually start looking good, or the way you see good positive changes like happening, that's a cherry on top, because that's not your goal. Your goal to working out is to feel good and to be balanced and feel like you're treating your body well, right? Movement is such a huge part of feeling well and balanced and having a well-balanced life. It's a really important part of it, which I didn't really catch on to me until like maybe I was 27, 28, and not hardcore until my early 30s, because like that's my new mantra in life, is like, I just want to feel good. I know that I personally need to manage my stress levels, and physically, like being physical is one of the biggest factors in that. And so I think once you get to that point where you work out to feel good, like you develop a healthy relationship with working out and with fitness, and something that you don't kill yourself over, something that hopefully that isn't a negative obsession in pursuit of this goal of just like the material aspects of looking good. And not to like shame that, that's fine. That is totally great. Some people I know want to gift themselves that body in their younger years when it's easier to do that. So that's fine. But it's basically like a side tangent is like maybe getting in touch with what your motives are with fitness. But for those that I think the topic of this video is for, it's like, what can get you to start being physical? Because it is good for your body, and your body does need to move both physically and energetically to feel in a really optimal state, which is what I'm now addicted to, right? So personally, I'd rather obsess over the pursuit of feeling good than just looking good. Yeah, I wanna look good, I'm not gonna lie. I like looking good, I like feeling good, like I like getting checked out, right? So, but for me, like the biggest thing I've learned is the important thing is to treat my body better. And that has become a much better or bigger motivator for me when it comes to working out. So my advice for those who maybe are feeling inspired by this video, it's not gonna be for everyone. I'm not telling all of you to go run out and go to the gym, whatever, but I encourage you to get your body moving, let's say. I think for me, it's my advice is start small. Go for walks, like going for walks out and about. I live in downtown, so it's very urban, but there's parks all over the place. There's parks nearby, there's hiking trails, but go for a walk in your neighborhood. Do a lap around your building, especially during these semi-quarantine COVID times. Like, you gotta get outside. Like I get in this hermit habit where it's like, I don't leave the house for a few days, if not a week at a time, and that's not good. Like you need to get outside and like feel and get the air and the sunshine and all that stuff. And so I then would say experiment a lot. Kind of put yourself out there, which is definitely a vibe of this whole channel, is try things that try a bunch of different activities, right? Like try hiking. I used to not be into hiking. I didn't like it at all. I now love hiking. Nothing super intense and crazy, but I do love hiking and getting out into nature. And there's a lot around Southern California, more trails, and spending time in nature, and you learn to grow and appreciate things. It could be yoga, it could be doing YouTube videos, really simple stretching, it could be swimming, it could be anything. But the point is, find something that works for you, because if you like doing it, you're eventually it's gonna be easier to become a habit, right? And I also think it's really important to make small, I'm out of breath a little bit because I just worked out, I literally just came from the gym. This is a plant-based protein shake. I'm trying to isolate a lot of protein, but I'm trying to at least like, get plant-based where I can, right? So in the early stages, to start off, make small commitments to yourself. Say, I'm gonna go walk around the block for like 10 minutes, 15, whatever. Or I'm gonna work out like twice a week. I'm gonna go for a run. I'm gonna go for like 10-minute run. You don't need to go on the elliptical or the treadmill for like an hour. Also, people who shit on treadmill versus elliptical, I do elliptical, makes my hips feel better. It's easier on my joints. Like, do what works for you. Don't listen to anyone else. Do what helps you and works for your body, especially if you don't have a personal trainer. That's a luxury, right? That most people don't have. I think the other thing is making promises to yourself that you're gonna at least try and stick with it. Because I'm not gonna lie, in the early stages, it's not gonna be easy. It's not gonna be normal. Your body's gonna freak out. It's not gonna feel as good, I promise you. Okay, the troubling part is it's not gonna feel that good in the early stages. You will get moments of it, but you will be tired. I will promise you though that you will sleep way better. So if you have trouble sleeping, working out is going to tremendously transform your life, because your mind and your body are going to be much more fatigued, and your mind and body need sleep to recover, and it helps burn out all of those emotions and those hormones that are keeping you awake at night. So it does help. Not all of them, but it does help a lot. Person to person, but that's my experience. So once you kind of get into a groove, like keep that momentum going. Like I now know that when I go on vacation, like I try and work out once. If I'm there for a week, I'll try and work out twice. Because for me, if I don't do it for a week or two, it's a slippery slope into getting out of working out. And then I'm like, why am I so irritable? Like, why am I so triggered? Like, why am I so like lethargic, let's say? That's when in the process of me becoming like into fitness, like, that's when I catch myself and I'm like, oh, it's because you haven't worked out in like 3 weeks, dude. Like you need to go for a quick little walk or a run or something, or at least get the hell outside, right? So for me, that's how it became a part of my lifestyle. It's gonna be different for everyone. This is a quick and dirty video because I have become obsessed with the idea of feeling good, and for me, fitness is a huge part of it. I've also started doing sweat yoga during quarantine. I just started watching yoga videos on YouTube. I'm obsessed with them, all different kinds. And then you kind of like, I would find a bunch of routines that kind of worked for me. And then I would put on ambient nature on the screen with like music in the back. And that helped me get moving and stretching. Mobility was a huge goal of mine that I vastly improved up thanks to a variety of YouTube channels. And so do what works for you. But my challenge to you is, what are you gonna do this week to get moving? Like what can you do to help your body feel a little bit better and start getting in sync with it? So again, it's all about feeling good. It's not about punishing yourself. It's all about loving yourself and what you can accomplish, and telling yourself when you're done that you're proud of yourself. So like this video if you really resonated with it. Be sure to subscribe to the channel and check out whatever side the video pops up at. Check out some of my other content, and I appreciate you watching. Take care, guys. Bye.